Hello once again, dear children. Today we'll be doing chapter 8 Going Places by A.R. Barton. Let's see something about author. A.R. Barton is a modern writer who lives in Zurich and writes in English. In the story Going Places, Barton explores the theme of adolescent fantasizing and hero worship. If we discuss about the chapter, it is a story that revolves around a teenage girl, Sophie, and her family and friends. She is a daydreamer who is always lost in her dreams of becoming rich and sophisticated, though in reality she is a worker at biscuit factory. The story suddenly twists up when Sophie makes a wild imagination of meeting Danny Casey, a famous footballer. She is also making a story in front of her brother that Cassie would be coming to see her on a fixed day as per the promise he made to her. So, the story begins by telling the reader about a teenage girl. Sophie, being a normal teenager, she has also many fantasies and dreams. Sophie belongs to a lower middle class family that struggles with finances. However, she dreams to own a boutique one day. Further, she also dreams of becoming an actress of a fashion designer. Similarly, Jancy, her friend, is more practical and level-headed. She knows that they do not have a strong financial background. Thus, they have to work in a biscuit factory. Jancy does not have any achievable fantasies. She tries her best to help Sophie stay in touch with reality. But all that goes in vain as Sophie does not listen. So here, Sophie and Jancy are two teenagers who are coming back from school. They both work in a biscuit factory. Sophie is lost in her imagination of owning a boutique shop and becoming famous like Mary Quant, a fashion designer. Jancy tells her not to dream big as it requires a lot of money, which they don't have. To this, she replies that she will become an actress, earn a lot of money, and then own a boutique. Jancy, being a realistic person, does not support her thoughts. On reaching home, Sophie feels choked in that small house, which is full of stoves, steam, and looks untidy because of dirty dishes. Her father is eating and her mother is busy in the kitchen. She goes to meet her elder brother Geoff, who is a trainee mechanic and is busy repairing some motorcycle part. Geoff talks very less about his personal life, which made her imagine of his personal life, which she considers very interesting and wants to be part of it. So, further we learn that Sophie is always fantasizing about young Irish football player Danny Casey. But before that, Sophie has got two brothers who live with her, and she lives with her parents too in a small house. She doesn't shy away from expressing her desires and fantasies. However, her parents do not pay much heed to it as they are far mature than her. They are already facing the harsh realities of life. Thus, they do not believe in her fantasies. Sophie's elder brother, Geoff, who's tall, strong and handsome, and remains reserved. She is sort of fascinated by her elder brother. It is so because his silence makes her jealous and wonders what he keeps thinking about. Further, we learn that Sophie is always fantasizing about a young football player, Danny Casey. She has seen him play in number of matches and thus starts liking him. As she is always living her fantasy world, she makes up a story about him. In one made-up story, she tells her elder brother Geoff that they meet one day in the streets. Being more sensible, Geoff does not believe her story. He feels it is highly unlikely that she just met a sensation in the streets like that. She shares a secret with him that She's going to meet Danny Cassine, the famous footballer, in a boutique. Her brother and her father do not believe her, but she tries to make them believe this. She also tells her brother about her date with Cassie. Her brother does not believe her, but gives her a chance to believe story. She did all these things to gain her brother's attention. She just wanted to have the story, have something interesting which could attract her brother's attention towards her. So she cooked up this story. On Saturday, Sophie and her family go to watch football match. As all of them are great fan of football, their favorite team wins due to goal made by Cassie. All of them feel so overjoyed. When Sophie returns home with her little brother Derek, Jency questions about the reality behind her meeting with Danny Cassie. Sophie gets angry with her brother because of letting her secret out, but tries to handle the situation and succeeds. So here, her friend Jency, along with Sophie's family, they went to see the match, and there Jency, friend of Sophie, she got to know about a lie which she made to her brother. So when she was confronted, she was able to succeed. She manipulated everyone. She then visits a secret place near a canal to meet her hero, Cassie, who doesn't show up. She knows that it was just her imagination, but she was so lost in his love that she doesn't want to come out of this. In the end, she returns back to her home with the sadness in her heart. But when she comes across with Roy's boutique, she again finds herself lost in Hero's dream. However, as Sophie is good in immersing herself in fantasy land, she starts describing lifelike details. Thus, upon hearing these details, even Geoff wishes that she was saying truth. She even goes on saying that she will be meeting Danny Cassie, as he has promised her to meet. Thus, Sophie immerses herself so much in the make-believe story that she starts thinking as if it was a true. She keeps waiting for Danny to arrive, but Alice, he does not come. Thus, on the way back, she's thinking about how Danny not turning up will disappoint Geoff. Nonetheless, she still keeps fantasizing about him and believes they will definitely meet. If I conclude the story, to sum up Going Places summary, we learn about naive fantasies of teenagers and how reality may hit us harder as the world is full of compromises and costs lot of dreams. So I just hope Jency and Sophie, they both have taken your attention in a good way. So thank you. Have a good day.